to shout to clouds. It's trigger warning!
Hello and welcome to another fascinating instalment of Trigger Warning. I'm Hayden Hewitt, and I'm joined by Mr. Graham Booth.
Hello, you good?
Do you know what? Yeah, not bad. You?
I am a bit sniffy tonight, Aidan. I'm a little bit sniffy.
Oh dear. Trigger warning, lurgy strikes again.
My girl's been off. I've had her down at the doctor's. Hey, I tell you what though, to make sure she got better, I did a big fat roast. It's the leftovers just beside me here. And we got some nice ham. You know, they have to pick it up and chop it in front of you.
That'll do the job. Do the job. Let's say hello to some people before we carry on just having a chat between ourselves for another hour and a half. We got Richard W. in, Dippy Derek, Gorgeous George, Begonia, Robert Morgan, hello Robert, Smoke Steve, of course, Joe 90, Nat Lynch, the marvellous Nat Lynch, Cup of Tea. There we go, Chappie, Manzy Monster, who says forced adverts, fucking pikey bastards.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not want us to get that 3 cents per video? Do you?
Yeah. Why don't you want us to make money for this? We give you quality several times a week, and you begrudge us getting that 1 penny. Fuck you, sir.
I know.
Oof. Hi everybody. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. A couple of people have mentioned Meat Space in chat there. Meat Space, of course, is our live event, premiere live event, happening on November the 2nd here in Manchester. There are only 2 tickets left. Only 2 tickets left, which means it's performed 70% better than I thought it would. So Graham had a lot more faith than I did. But only 2 tickets remaining. So if you'd like to join us on the 2nd of November here in Manchester, or if you're coming up on the Friday for drinks on the Friday and then the show on the Saturday, head over to the Gay Press. Young Alex has just posted a link in chat there. Go and grab one of the last 2 remaining tickets.
It's always the top link for every video as well. So if you've not got the chat on or anything like that, it's the top link right there. But yeah, 2 tickets left. It is going to sell out. So if you're 50-50 on coming, then you need to get a ticket right now. 100%, because it is going to sell out. Of course it is. The amount of traffic on that page has been insane. 100%. Oh, I can't wait.
We've been playing with the running order, haven't we? And we're gonna have to send that out to people soon. Yeah.
The good thing as well is we've allowed lots of breaks and things for people to go and have an argue and a chat, and it'd be nice. Hopefully, the stuff that's presented to you will stimulate conversation between everyone and arguments and like, that was bullshit or that was great or whatever, and I'm really looking forward to it, man.
It's not only your arguments that'll be stimulated, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. But it's I just can't believe it. I literally can't. I was down at the studio today getting the last of the stuff cleared out. There's a couple more bits in the morning.
I know. Oh, you're going back tomorrow?
Yeah, I've got to.
Right.
And I'm getting there nice and early doors after I drop Junior at school.
Right.
And then, it'll be, it's not going to be decorated, but it'll be ready. It'll be usable. And then we just have to get some of the things off our shopping list.
Yes.
And
I'll join you tomorrow then, because obviously I was at the doctor's with her today, wasn't I?
Yeah, don't worry. I didn't work terribly hard.
I know, but I still felt bad. I thought, it needs doing. So much needs doing.
Oh, thank you, Nat Lynch. You're a treasure. Thank you so much. Nat dropped us a super chat because Nat Lynch is a fucking rock star, and we rely on you guys to help us keep the lights on, which is the truth.
Nat Lynch is basically single-handedly keeping Trigger Warning going at the moment.
I know.
Not to dismiss anyone else's super chats, but in terms of that ridiculous regularity, thank you so much.
I think it's awesome. We got so many regulars turning up. There's the Trigger Warning clacker there. I think it's awesome. We have so many folks coming that we recognise. It's just a shame Nat couldn't join us on this occasion, but there will be another one if this goes well. We're already thinking we might do another one in the spring, and we might do another one somewhere else. We've got to talk to some people.
Yeah, we were thinking of down south, weren't we? Just for them lot.
But it'd be a different thing to what we want to do. Do you know what? In fact, fuck it, a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about Meat Space because it's something positive, isn't it? It's not often we have anything positive. I've got to cling on to whatever whatever I can get hold of, and basically, doors are at 6. This isn't the full running order, but you're going to have a little introduction. You're going to have a big show with a live studio audience, which will be streamed. Then after that, Graham's going to have a rant, which will be streamed. It looks like we've got Crip Daddy coming on, obviously remote. He's going to come on and have a chat with you guys, which will be funny as fuck. Richie Allen's going to be joining us, so him and Graham are going to have a debate on socialism. My only involvement there will be hopefully to make it degenerate into an absolute slanging match, because I really couldn't give a shit one way or another, but it's going to be good value. We've got Safe Space, we've got the Into the Mincer game show where random people from the audience will be chosen to take part to win exclusive prizes, or exclusive prize, depending on whether we can get them done in time. I say then we've got Safe Space, then we'll just have an open and frank debate whatever time we've got left till we're all too tired, but at least halfway through the night the cameras go off, people's phones go away, and you just say whatever you need to say and only be judged by the people in the room. And don't worry about being judged by me. I've already judged you in advance and found you lacking.
Yeah, he's already not impressed.
So you got to step up on the night. But it is going to be a free speech event, so once those cameras are off, there's no SJW who's going to be looking to cancel your life. You just speak openly and however you want. And I promise you're going to hear things you're not going to like. You're going to be offended by some things. You're going to see shit you really wish you hadn't watched. It's a grown-ups event, believe me, and even more so once the cameras are off. I can't fucking wait.
The original Doc's asking if we're going to be broadcasting Graham getting his pussy pounded by Richie Allen.
Possibly.
We'll certainly be recording it, and it'll be one of them where it's a highlight. If he completely humiliates me, don't worry, it will be going up.
Granted, yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course we will. I mean, if only for the mad hits we'll get, Richie Allen destroys ignorant...
Andrew Bell, thank you very much, sir. Another rock star.
Thank you. Awesome.
By the way, for everyone coming on the Friday, we're just waiting to sort of venue out. We've sent the information where the event's going to happen out to everybody. Just waiting on seeing where everyone's going to be staying. We'll pick a hotel or a pub that's sort of central for everyone, and we'll meet up on the Friday, where Graham will be signing boobs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did I not tell you about that?
If people are paying £10 a ticket, I'll sign whatever they want, mate. I'll even bring my own Sharpie.
I've already offered out lap dances from Cherry for £12.50.
But only if we sell out. Those last 2 tickets have to go for me to agree to any signings. It's like Kickstarter, innit? All or nothing.
Oh yeah, all or nothing.
As soon as those last 2 tickets go, I'll pack my Sharpie. It'll be in my bag from day one.
It's gonna be.
I can't fucking wait. But no, awesome. in terms of the debate, probably won't be broadcast at that point, but it will be recorded. And the reason it won't be broadcast but recorded is, people have jobs and stuff, and if they want to talk, if they want to moan about the NHS, but don't want to get sort of hounded and disowned by the family, then it gives us chance to, because I don't give a fuck, man, but it gives us a chance to sort of edit people out and minimize people and things like that.
And not just that, not just that, but also I know some people can't attend, but there's a hell of a lot of people now making their way there that have spent good money, and they've got to find somewhere to stay and all that. There's got to be something that's for them.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Yeah.
And if we do one out of town, it'll be a different thing again, because we won't have the studio there. But We'll deal with that next year.
I've been thinking about that though, man. As long as we do it, if we do it on a Saturday night, we're fucked. Saturday night, they're going to be asking for loads of money down in that London. But if we do it on a Tuesday or a Thursday or something like that, it's way more doable.
We'll see, because thank you, Smoke Steve, sir. We have to have a chat with those guys, because I don't know what the crack is. I don't put events on. I don't do these things, so.
What the fuck? Thanks, Smoke Steve. Why, Hayden Hewitt, do you get the notifications for thingies like? Because I'm
an alpha male and you're a beta.
Fucking YouTube does this to me every time. We're both using the exact same studio, and you always go, "Oh, thank you, sir," and I'm like,
"No, I'm doing it through Streamlabs." So.
Fuck's sake! Oh, that's what it is.
But mostly, it's just because you just got to face facts.
Yeah.
No offense, I'm the big dog here.
Is it the algorithm? Is it?
Yeah, the algorithm knows the difference between the big dog and the bitch.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
No, don't take it personally. It's not me. I'm not saying this.
Don't give me this. I've played this game with enough people myself, man, and I'm not buying.
I'm not saying this to you. You know, I think you're a very manly man. It's just everyone else has a different opinion. But it doesn't mean it's all right, you know. I value you. I value you.
Yeah, oh, do you? I'm glad you value me.
Of course I do.
I'm really, really happy about that. Thank you. I do appreciate we've had those words. Hey, we were talking about good things. I want to move on to another good thing, if that's okay.
Of course it's okay.
Do you remember Richard Huckle?
No.
It was just around the time that me and you met, and Richard Huckle from Ashford, Kent, was found to have abused as many as 200 children. The reason they know he abused this many children is because he had pictures and videos of him doing it on his hard drive. They had evidence of him selling these pictures and videos to other people. Dude, before we carry on with this, why do pedos always have like 30, 40,000 pictures? Why? Wait, what is it about shagging babies that makes you just think I need 20,000, you know?
I think, you know what, I think they're just very into what they do.
They're just like, how could you need that many?
I think it's one of those all-encompassing sort of hobbies that takes over your life a little bit.
But surely it's exciting enough that, like, even just like a couple of pictures would be enough to be like, you know, if that was your thing, surely a picture of you fucking a baby would be enough. You don't need 1,000. It's just crazy, man.
I honestly can't give any kind of insight.
No, I know. No, but you know what? I just try and think about it. I'm like, it's always like, here, found more than 20,000 indecent pictures and videos.
Well, unlike that woman, whose name I've forgotten, who was convicted of sexually abusing many children under her care in the nursery and was recently allowed out of prison after a few years.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course.
Mr. Huckle had a different story.
The reason I'm mentioning him is because, you know, the fact that he shagged babies. This isn't some guy who got caught. This isn't some guy who, like, met a 15-year-old in a pub and then, you know, unfortunately got caught or anything. No, he had sex with humans that were 6 months old. So, and here's the thing, man. I'm not a believer in the death penalty, only because mistakes get made.
Thank you,
20 years can go by, and they finally find the evidence that goes, oh, God, yeah, you didn't do it. But this guy did it, man. He had videos of himself shagging babies.
Nailed on.
So he can fucking die. But the next best thing happened, right? And I'm happy for this. He spent 3 miserable years in prison. And I can only hope that every single moment of it was pure hell. I can only hope that he was tortured brutally the whole time he was in there. Until recently when he was finally murdered by someone with a makeshift knife. And you know what? Good.
Yeah.
Good. I don't want my tax money feeding this fucker anymore. Because you know, all right. Here's what makes it worse. You can... It's the fuck off. I'm not even reading the comments right now. Like, assuming there's no long-term damage or injuries or whatever, and I'm not defending it here, but you can shag a baby and that baby can lead a full life. You know what I mean? You can get caught and it's bad and it's obviously horrific, but it's the 10-year-olds that get me. That to me is like, they're both really bad, but that's just a little bit worse because they're going to remember that shit forever. They're going to be fucked up for the rest of their lives. And who knows how many times he did this shit before he decided to film himself and all that. Screw him. I hope they torture him.
I was watching
3 full years.
A program with Mrs. Hewitt about people in prison. And it was ones, like serious sex offenders in the one on the Isle of Wight. I think, is it Parkhurst? I can't remember. And she was like, we should just put them down. I said, well, yeah, obviously, I'd put them in the mincer immediately. But, I saw a story about animals that are being tortured for toxicity tests in Germany. Sat there bleeding after tests that kill them. Slay, thank you, gorgeous George. That's very good of you, sir.
Thanks, George, man. Thanks.
And I was thinking, why are we hurting these innocent monkeys and dogs when they can't tell you how they feel? But, and I'm not even being a despicable gammon for fun here. I'm being genuine. Why can't we use those people that are guaranteed nailed on? We caught them with videos of them hurting children and things.
Yeah.
Why can't we use them? They could explain to us how it feels as their insides dissolve and they shit blood on the floor, on the concrete floor of a cage with a sad face. Why can't we use them? Why not? No one can give me a reason.
This goes against all my usual principles, and I'm happy to admit I'm a hypocrite in this instance. But yeah, fuck it, torture them for the rest of their lives.
Well, it's not even torture; they're serving a purpose.
Oh no, I mean fully
they're finding
torture.
out really important scientific things like just how bad for you is bleach, and just there you go. Instead of using these poor animals, because I saw those pictures today, and I'm a ridiculous hypocrite. I can see all manner of human carnage. I like nothing with kids, and it gets to me more than it used to. But people hurting animals, I can't. It's like anything with kids, kids being hit by cars. I can't look.
No, kids stuff messes me up these days, man.
But I'm the same with animals. I'm exactly the same with animals, and I just thought, why are we wasting this opportunity? Why don't we make them work for us by using them for toxicity tests, crash tests? Why waste all that money on dummies?
Yeah. I look at those people the same way Antifa looks at black people who've got their own opinion.
Yes.
It's like, no. And I have to hurt him. I must hurt him. Nat Lynch has just pointed out the super chats. Yeah, it's a really good night for super chats tonight, and I really, really appreciate it. It's really, you've no idea, because it's constantly with this. It's like paying the bills, trigger warning. There's this, and it's usually one or the other. But when it becomes like a bit of both, fucking amazing, absolutely amazing.
It certainly is. It certainly is when you don't have to continuously dip into your own funds to pay for it. It's massive. It's absolutely massive and massively appreciated.
What annoys me about this Richard guy though is that he did all this child abuse predominantly in Malaysia, and that's really weird to me. That's even more disgusting, because you can go to like Southeast Asia and fuck a 25-year-old that looks like a 12-year-old. So it's to go over that. And the really weird thing is as well, I spent a long time traveling over there, man. And it's not actually as easy as you might think to just find kids to fuck.
Oh, I'm sure it takes effort.
There's a lot of prostitution. It's way more open than it is here. Way, way more open. You buy a girl and spend 3 days with her. You literally just spend days with them, and then you finally get, you pay for a time in that way. But they do keep the little kids. Kids sell flowers, man. There was this little girl I hung out with loads, and like, just be cool there with me. She used to sell flowers, and she kind of didn't have a choice. She went to school during the day as well. So we just used to get her over, buy all the flowers off her, just chuck them on the side, and we'd sit the fuck down, and we'd chill with her. Like every time we were in Bangkok, and there was a thing there of like, not that I wanted to, not that I would have done, but just to understand like that little girl that we used to chill with. Oh God, I hope she's all right, man, because she'll be prostitute age now. I hate the thought of it, but if I'd have laid one hand on her, I would have been bum rushed instantly. Do you know what I mean? Like, her mum was in with gangsters and all this shit, and it would have fucked me up. It would have killed me. So I don't know. Topper's like, how does Graham know so much? I don't know, man. I'm just into the darker side of things.
I'm being sensitive at the moment, and I've not said that. I would like to say that Lee Howell says drugs used to combat cancer, HIV/AIDS, Alzheimer's, hepatitis, and malaria would not have been possible without research with primates. I agree.
Yeah, it's true.
But they would have been equally or more possible with research on human beings.
Yeah. We could get this Richard guy. He could have had his skull cap completely removed.
Electrodes.
His brain there, and they're just poking pins in there whilst he's going, oh, just to see what happens.
And you know all these poor rabbits that they squirt like washing powder in the eyes to see if it hurts.
Yeah.
They could say, "Please stop that. It hurts." You know, well, we can't stop yet. You got to have more washing powder, more washing powder. Because these freaks that do it to the animals, they could do it to people. No problem. No problem. In fact, I think if we took the animals away, they'd probably do it in their own time. I have serious doubts about the sort of people that can just be like, today, what are you doing today? Oh, I'm going to kill some puppies and I'm going to give a mouse cancer. It's going to be awesome. You know, I've got real doubts about those people anyway. You know.
I don't know, man. You're getting paid.
Rich Doodle says, talking about pedos fucking babies still monetized.
Don't worry.
That's because we're not encouraging people to do those things. We're saying bad. Although, to be fair, what was it I said was bad and we still got hammered for it? Wasn't it Nazis?
Oh yeah. Didn't we get a video where we were reading out modern Nazi arguments?
Yeah, and I did a whole anti-Nazi piece, didn't I? Really.
It was literally anti-Nazi, and it got removed for hate speech. And it was like, "How are you protecting Nazis?"
They put it back up though, that one, didn't they?
That was one of the one and only times where we've tweeted Team YouTube, and they've just gone, "Yeah, all right, yeah, cool."
Sorry about that, guys.
But you're not having adverts. All right, you know.
No, Alex, it wasn't your bad, dude. They should have watched it. But, you know, whatever. It's all fun, isn't it? Who cares?
I was very angry at Alex that week. I'll be honest with you. Oh, Alex, by the way, thanks for clipping that Richie Allen thing. The only thing I changed on the title was I changed the plural of listeners to listener just to make it extra offensive.
Yeah, I noticed we had some lovely comments on that who were quite annoyed with me. Let's see if I can just bring one or two of these up.
Some of them are amazing.
Because we did this video, basically, one of his viewers was very annoyed with me because I did the video. I spoke about Rachel Corrie on a Tuesday night.
Yeah. They're denouncing you constantly on this show now.
I did a sorry, what's that warning for? Oh, it's for that other video they've removed. That's fine. The fat nonce one still got a warning.
I'll be honest, dude. That SMI thing that says "fuck off," she's not here to defend herself. Can't listen to this shit. You know what? I didn't reply to that because I thought, yeah, that's fair enough. Actually, she is dead, and we're just there mocking her, going,
well, no, you see, that's bullshit. I'm not having that. No, you can fuck off with that, okay? Because they talk about someone else that was dead. This is what gets me, you know.
Oh, we're doing what about her already?
Exactly. So here we go. I've got Maureen McClears who said, "Thank you for commenting, Maureen. I doubt you're watching. Okay, I'll tell you what I think, and then in caps, because caps really tells me you're spelled incorrectly. It should be you're, but you're a fucking wanker." Many exclamation marks. So I've replied with, well, I gave it a heart, obviously, and then replied with perhaps, but still haven't been run over by a machine moving at 3 miles per hour, so ahead of the curve on that one. See, the thing was, if you haven't watched it, the apology video was me doubling down on the fact that Rachel Corrie had to be a special kind of fucking idiot to get run over by a bulldozer. What else? We got the guy taking the piss out of Greta. I should leave the Palestinian thing alone because I could make it worse.
Yeah, we're going to make Palestine worse by having a bit of a laugh about it all, aren't we? Oh,
yeah, the guy that, lady, I don't know your gender, who said, fuck off, she's not here to defend herself, can't listen to this shit. And well, no, she's not here to defend herself, she was run over by a bulldozer.
Oh.
But I did explain myself further by saying, luckily she has you teary-eyed fuckers getting all emotional over her whilst walking over the corpses of others. Spare me the outrage. Tell us why anything said was wrong, or we'll keep chuckling at you.
Yeah, that's
why she's not here. She was run over by a bulldozer because the woman was a fucking idiot. What more can I say?
Robert Morgan has said, "Ever watched the Soylent Green is Meme Maker?" I've seen him. He does Trump ones, doesn't he? Trump memes. He's all right, actually, the Soylent Green. He does a lot of them where they're taken off now, where they put the Trump's head on things, on videos. Pre-exist, like, so he'll either be dancing or usually killing someone. Yeah, I follow Soylent Green. The best thing about Trump is the memes, isn't it? That's the whole point. That's why we need him for another 4 years.
Well, the left can't meme.
No, of course they fucking can't. It's just, I did it live on a stream the other day. I was like the left can't meme, and I literally put in like memes of the year 2018 on a search, and the first couple that came up, it was obviously like Slate or some shit like that. None of them made any sense. None of them meant anything. Just people just going socialism. Why not? And you're like, well, that's not a meme, is it? You've not funneled like a vast swathe of like common knowledge or common concern into a single moment to sort of take someone and play with it and all that. You just put words over a picture. Don't even connect.
And also, the left are trying to make photo chopping a bannable offence on all platforms, and I love photo chopping. Just a couple of comments here. Larry and Creature, thank you very much. Just wants to know that if I'm feeling okay, basically. Robert Morgan says, can we watch the video of her being run over by a bulldozer? Was there a video of it? I think there's photographs before and after. Know. I don't know if there was a video. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll be honest, because I don't think you told me on Thursday you were going to talk about that. So all I was doing was just hurriedly searching for a picture and then trying to verify it was her, and I only got it up towards the end. I got Gade and Jewett up for you.
Oh, that was good.
But it's a bit hard loading videos onto vMix when we're already live. It's a bit of a faff. So, and I don't want to risk doing it at the time, and I've not searched for it since, because once we were off air, we were off air. I really enjoyed Thursday. Rich Doodle has said the Kingsman video was gold. Hayden, have you had a chance to watch this yet?
I haven't, but you did tell me about it, so I'm gonna have to seek that out.
Just to explain to everyone, Kingsman, there's a scene in a church where the main character, the posh, the father figure guy, they all go insane. But because the father figure guy is such an astonishingly accurate killer, he kills everyone in the church. Now somebody's gone and put Trump's head, which is getting really common now, this same meme, Trump's head onto it, and then everyone else's head is either the names of mainstream news sources or actual people, like for example Bernie Sanders, although I don't know if Bernie's in that one, but he's in quite a lot of the ones I do see. So what we're then left with is Trump destroying in the most brutal manner all these media outlets, and then when it cuts to outside, they Photoshop the front, so instead of it being the name of the church, it says Church of Fake News. So the meme is, the whole point of it is that Trump is the destroyer of fake news, which ironically there's quite a bit of truth to, isn't there? Because he produces it, but he exposes it probably a little bit more than he produces it. It's like there, but the internet has lost their mind. They're calling it incitement. They're calling it terrorism, actual terror. They say this is terrorism, and it's like, oh, okay. I don't remember any of you coming out when Kingsman was released. And what about every single like church shooting since then? No one's gone, well, what about Kingsman? What about Kingsman, with the church? No, because you didn't give a fuck, because it was a lot of white people a lot of white Christians being murdered. So it's like, no, that's fine. That's not incitement.
Speaking of hysteria, Lee Howells has just asked what we think about the England football squad. I did see that last night. I didn't watch the whole match, because international matches bore the tits off me. But it's quite an interesting one. The Bulgarian fans were clearly bang out of fucking order. Now, I've had it put to me that footballers should walk it off if they get paid £100,000 a week or whatever. So, but the truth is, no matter how much you get paid, if someone walked into the office where you were and made monkey noises at you and Nazi salutes, you'd be put out, reasonably so. I think Raheem Sterling's been really cool the way he's dealt with it in the press. But the interesting thing for me was people like James OBrien, of course, and Stan Collymore, the famous ex-footballer and wife-beater, who bans you, who blocks you on Twitter if you bring up that episode of his past quite often. I've been saying, yeah, but the England fans are just as bad. Now, I know the England fans can be shithouses, but there's times not to have to say, well, I was a bad too. You don't have to do that. But Stan Collymore, in his infinite fucking wisdom, because obviously all great philosophers are ex-footballers, said, look, you can say, have a word with yourself, it's not just the Bulgarians, and it was a British fan doing the Nazi salute towards the Bulgarians, but doing the fake moustache thing as well, with his other two fingers. So clearly this guy was calling them a Nazi, but somehow Stan Collymore, because he's a fucking idiot, has cast this as an example of how racist our fans
For fuck's sake, man.
Why can't we
Jesus
just say
Christ.
that the Bulgarians are fucking despicable Eastern European fucking racists? Why can't we just say that? Because that's what they are. Not all of them, but the ones
No.
in that ground at that time. Yes. But for some reason, these pricks like James OBrien, I mean, I'm not really a nationalist, but I don't see the point in consistently running your own country down and bigging up other countries. I don't get it. And that's what he's done throughout this whole Brexit debacle, as if somehow European politicians are at a higher moral standard than ours.
Yeah.
Life in Europe is... It's just all the time, we're a stupid country, we're worthless, even to the point that when our national football team is racially abused by Bulgarians, they have to go, but England fans are naughty. We know England football fans abroad are fucking animals. We know that. We don't need it repeated. It's almost like this weird justification.
It's just that white middle class guilt, isn't it? It's like everything is like kind of like he's blaming himself, but he's also blaming you more. You know, he's like, well, I'm responsible, but you are as well. In fact, more than me, because I'm smarter than you. So, you know.
I can't stand James OBrien.
Fuck himself.
He's
the king of the straw, man.
My only happiness is that I got him to sigh when I corrected him on Newsnight. It's the only good thing I ever managed on TV was making him go, and then say something differently.
Because he's just so sure he's right. I love it. I don't follow him on Twitter, but I drift in every now and again just to see him like building epic straw men.
He's a dreadful twat.
Expertly knocking them down, and it's like, look, there's the weakest version of every argument I could possibly face. Boom.
I mean, I'd talk to him again, maybe. I don't ever want to speak to Nicky Campbell again, because he was just a bell end. When they brought me on for one thing, and it was like 7 a.m. They had me on several BBC radio shows one morning. They took me around the building, basically, before taking me on a live BBC Manchester one, where clearly both presenters did not fucking want me there. I'm sure there have been times in my life I've felt less welcome in a room, but I don't recall many. But Nicky Campbell just got me on screaming. He was just screaming about beheadings at like 7:30 a.m. I thought, it's too early, dude. It's way too early.
Yeah, leave it.
So when they called me for that next interview about 2 years ago, when I stopped doing them, it was his producer. So will you come on the show? I went, no, I'm not interested. And she said, why? I said, because he's a twat. And she went, I couldn't really comment on that. Would you come on if it was the other presenter, though? So clearly, in my world, she agrees the man's a twat.
Yeah, and you know what? She's doing a job properly there, isn't she? Because that's what you do when you're producing. You get problems after problems, and you just got to solve them, man.
But what bores me is this attitude of, well, we're from TV or radio. You must be desperate to come on here, yeah? It's like, nah, not really. I couldn't really give a flying fuck.
No. Do you know what? I get more exposure from Joe Rogan just casually mentioning me in his podcast. I'm all right, mate. You're good. Which happens. He does mention you quite a lot, actually.
Not me. He mentions Lively. I don't think he's ever mentioned me.
But he's not exactly thinking of fucking the secret members, isn't he? Like David Duchovny and all them lot. He's obviously thinking of you. But I just got to say on the football thing,
David Duchovny. Is he a
we
member?
all know that he's one of the secret founders of Lively.
Oh, right.
Keep it close to your chest, but we all know. I've been there. I've been on the back end. I've seen you chatting to him. It's been 2 years now. I'm fucking sick of you trying to deny it. But I got to say, on the football thing, it was a big pile of nothing for me. I was just like, I saw the guys going like that and all that, and I was just like, I don't care. I really don't give a shit. It was like it was like every single football game that ever happens, they put all the nutters together in the corner there. They always do it. There's always a load of absolute fucking psychos that they just put over there. And to me, how much build-up there was before the game was like demanding. They were telling those. I mean, there was 5 of them in the end or whatever. They were telling them, we're all going to be watching you, and we're going to be putting your pictures out across the planet. And you could see it on the faces. You could see they knew they were going to get maximum attention.
It's like the Joker thing, isn't it, where the media are desperate.
Yeah,
for something to happen there.
Well, it's like the equivalent of, you know, when they write a news article, where they say like, you know, so and so has been ripped apart on social media, but then you look at the tweets they quote, and it's just some random anime account, and it's got like 2 retweets and 8 likes, and that's it. That's the basis for the story.
Yeah.
It's kind of the equivalent of that. They've got like everyone that's involved with football, everyone that's got an opinion and everything like that, and they just go to these absolute knobheads and then magnify it phenomenally and just go, and as if there's some great massive problem in football, when in fact football's pretty fucking inclusive. You know, there's not like a, you know, Man United signed a Chinese guy tomorrow. You might get a few jokes. I should fucking hope you do, by the way, because they don't need to be treated with kid gloves. You get jokes about a Chinese guy the same way you get, you know, if there was a French guy that joined, it'd be all France puns. It'd be all frog puns on the front of the papers. And it should be the same for anyone, anywhere, because they're not less. And football's really good for that overall. Generally, the vast majority of it, you know, it's absolutely fine. So when I saw that story, I was like, fuck off. Not interested.
Cup of Tea just put something in there that made me chuckle.
Go on.
Obviously, Stan Collymore versus Ulrika Johnson. That's the woman he used to knock about. Who would win? Winner fights Joe Rogan. I think Mr. Collymore would get his cunt kicked all the way in by Mr. Rogan. I mean, all the way in.
He's one of those rare people, isn't he, Rogan, where he says like, "No, I'd kill you," and you're like, "Yeah, you probably would." Like with a lot of people.
Have you seen that kick that he does? That kick that he's got?
Yeah. I mean, even guys that are bigger than me, I think, well, yeah, I still stand, I reckon, on a good day, let me limber up first. I've got a chance. But with him, he's just going to go, ugh. It's like when I worked at the badminton, what was the big sports event that we had in Manchester? They built City Stadium for it.
It wasn't badminton. It was the Commonwealth Games.
Commonwealth Games, that was it. And it was, no, it wasn't badminton. It was squash. That was it. I volunteered at the squash thing, and just watching it for 2 weeks solid, the best people on the planet. I'd never played squash before in my entire life. I went to a squash court with my partner at the time, and I was really good just from watching it, and I'm thinking, he's kind of like that, but loads more so in terms of UFC. Not only has he done it, and he's been a champion himself, he lives in that world. He might be 50, but he'd fuck most people up, I reckon.
This is why it's always best to make sure that whatever they do to you, they do on camera, so you can take them to court afterwards.
Oh, you wouldn't even need to take him to court. If Joe Rogan kicked fuck out of you, the best thing you could do would be like to make up with him, go on his show. If you took him to court, sure, you'd make money or whatever. But if you just became mates after it, just sat there and go, "Why did you hit me, Rogan?" and then got stoned. You'd make way more doing it that way, man.
Why did you touch me inappropriately? Just accuse me of that. Hashtag me too.
You me too'd me, Rogan. I've been me too'd so many times at this point.
I didn't give you permission for what you did to me.
Yeah.
I don't think we're ever getting on that show anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's not going to happen. Hey, it's nearly Brexit deal time.
Yes. What's going to happen with Brexit then, Aidan?
We'll be off air when this happens, but apparently what they're doing is they're going to agree, allegedly, that we will have a border in the middle of the Irish Sea. Now, how the Northern Irish folks are going to deal with this, I'm not really sure. Because essentially that makes them Ireland.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how it works. Is it just the border that's in the sea, and then everything can carry on as usual in Ireland? How do we leave part of Great Britain or the United Kingdom?
Well, that's the even better part, isn't it? Because the border's in the sea and at the border as well, but in different ways. Like, so there's not a physical, but there's a thing, customs or whatever. It's a whole clusterfuck of nonsense. And they still, I've not read it today. Are they still sticking to the thing where Ireland has to vote on it every 4 years to see if they still want to do it?
Probably. But the thing is, that's something that Theresa May said no. Won't do it. We're not doing it. And even the DUP, that's who it is, isn't the DUP? Even they're not screaming and shouting about this. I don't really understand what's happening, but apparently midnight is the deadline for reaching an agreement.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, because he's gonna have to send that letter soon. I kind of want him to have to send the letter, just so I can read it. I just want to see how he words it because it'd be disgusting, disgraceful.
I was going to say you've got to somehow beg for an extension, but make it very clear that you think they're lower down than dog shit.
Well, yeah. Plus, there's already talk of him colluding with other countries to make sure it gets vetoed anyway.
That would be hilarious.
So he'd write the letter knowing full well that they are going to refuse it. or that they're going to go through the humiliation of accepting it, and then it'll be vetoed by Hungary or whatever, which would be great. It'd be so funny. Not necessarily in terms of our economy and moving things forward, but just in terms of the news that day. It'd be a nice read. It'd be a funny little moment, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. It'd just be fantastic. Any little twists and turns just make everything more interesting.
Do you think we're going to leave on the 31st, man?
No.
Well, our November the 2nd party is going to be a bit shit then, isn't it, eh?
Yes.
Just, hey, everyone.
I don't know. We might. I don't know if a deal is agreed. I just want us to, because I want to wake up and watch everyone absolutely fucking melting down on Twitter.
Yeah, like the yellow lady when Trump got voted in. No, I want that. I want the equivalent of that, 100%. I would really like to leave and for it to be a definite we have left, just so that when Rich Allard comes down on Saturday the 2nd, because he's been saying it'll never happen. I want it to happen then. Not with a month extension because it's been done, but then.
Just so you can say, shows what you know.
You should have listened.
Well, you see, that's where you're wrong, but he'll have an answer for you, don't you worry.
Yeah. He'll let me know about how the banks have they're controlling everything anyway, so it doesn't matter and all the rest of it. I'm sure.
Exactly. I mean, Topper Roon says I might just join Twitter to see the chaos. You should join anyway.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
The madness on there is just it's.
Don't go on your phone though. There's a weird thing that happens on your phone where you just scroll and it's not good. It's unhealthy. Try not to anyway, unless you're having a shit or something. And
definitely use your desktop because you can type quicker.
Yeah, go on your desktop.
And the best thing is within 5, you can start an argument in seconds on Twitter. It's fantastic. People are just annoyed 24/7. They're just angry and telling me how they've triggered me, not realizing I'm sat there literally just on the point of like masturbating furiously at everyone else's tears. It's a wonderful thing. And I found out what blue ticks are good for.
What are they good for, man?
Well, despite just also proving you are you, which is really their only purpose.
That's exactly what they're supposed to be for. Yeah,
do you know what else they do?
Go on.
Nowadays, annoy everybody.
Yeah.
They're just instantly annoyed. People on the right are annoyed because they assume I'm a leftist that's got a blue tick. People on the left assume I'm a right winger because I've got a blue. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
So just me turning up in a thread.
Yeah. Just you pop in your head. Oh, here we are, Mr. Blue Tick.
There we go. And then they go on to, why have you got a blue tick? You've only got 2,000 followers. Why have you got this? Oh, you're just such a shit. It's like, this is great. I don't even have to start the argument. They do all the work for me and I can just sit back and enjoy it.
I only like the slagging off the NHS on Twitter. That's a great one at the moment because people, they get, even if I've got a reasonable point that I'm making, people in this country, it is our sacred cow.
Well, it is, and it's that
you can't speak ill of it.
I said something about the troops once. I said, before the Iraq War, and it's not running down the armed forces in general, but you were free to say most soldiers you ever meet are fucking arseholes. It's just because I'm not part of that culture. But now if you say that is treason, they're heroes, they died for your freedom. Now, do you know what? I despise the fact we wasted a single life of our lads in the Middle East. It kills me that we pissed away their lives. They were willing to die to protect their country and instead died for absolutely nothing. It was a waste. It was a criminal waste.
And they knew it. They knew it going over there. Yeah. They weren't fucking. It wasn't like this one thing. Like it wasn't like World War II. It's like right, go, let's go defend freedom. All the soldiers knew it was oil. They knew it was bullshit going over there.
They follow orders.
Of course they fucking do. Yeah, you can't. You can. You know. I mean, that's the way it is, isn't it? I don't always like everything I do on a Thursday. I'm like, play the clip, Graham. Okay.
Got to
But you
follow
sign
orders,
up,
dude.
don't you?
You wait till you see what's coming on November the 2nd. I've got some fucking clips for you, sunshine.
Don't make me look.
Oh, you're going to have to look on the big screen. They're very bad. They're very awkward. We'll see what I'll get away with, but yeah, we're going to have to warn everyone in advance. You know, if there's anything you don't like, there's no warnings. There's no notice as to what's going to turn up. It's just shit's going to happen, and you'll get over it. You'll be okay, probably.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, yeah. That's good. I mean, it's just gonna be nice. Like I said to you on the phone earlier, it'll just be nice, like being in a room packed full of people on a Saturday night, and none of them are like a Coldplay fan.
Yeah.
I mean, they might like the music of Coldplay, but they won't be Coldplay fans. They won't be those people. They'll be like-minded. They'll be triggerists, which I'm looking forward to, and they'll be up for a debate. I can't wait till this nonsense here that's on the chat. I can't wait till this is coming at us live and in person. And not only that as well, because we're going to be streaming, but just ignoring we won't be reading the chat out on the night.
Smoke Steve just said Graham is talking a lot tonight. Any chance you can make his screen tiny, Hayden?
The fuck, man! It's fucking Tuesday. Do you know what it is? It's because I've had that roast. I'm full of beans now.
You got the beef sweats.
Yeah, I've not had this much energy in a week. Maybe I should try this eating thing more often. It seems to work out quite well.
It's a good thing. Alan Reader says I'm a Radiohead fan. Not me, him. He's a Radiohead fan.
Yeah, me too, man. I like him. I mean, I'm not mad on him, but you know,
that's why you fucking emo beta pussies listening to shit like that prick with his sleepy eye.
I'm a weirdo.
The only thing that kept him out of the mincer was when he told Roger Waters to go fuck himself.
Oh, really?
Well, Roger Waters said, "You must not tour Israel. You're doing this for a regime." And he was just like, "Oh, fuck off, you old bastard. You can't tell me what to do."
Jesus Christ.
That kept him out of the mincer. Where the sleepy eye on its own could have been enough. It makes you look untrustworthy. It makes you look very untrustworthy. A sleepy eye, I don't approve them. It's better than one eye going to the shops. That's very hard to deal with. Yeah, that's cross-eyed I can handle, but when they got eyes looking the other ways, I find it very difficult. I got in trouble. In fact, first day at a new school when I was about 6, the teacher had one eye going off to the right. I'd never encountered anybody with eyes like this, so she said my name, and I went, "I'm over here." And she went, "I know." I said, "But I'm over here." She said, "I know." I said, "Yeah, but you're not looking. I'm here." And she went berserk. And that was pretty much the blueprint for my life from then on in.
I got excuse me. One of the porn stars that I follow on Twitter has just posted a picture of herself getting fucked by 3 dudes as like a really fun session that we just had, and one of her eyes is just completely in like that, and I'm like, oh. Is that something you want to share? I'm not into that. She's a nice body and everything, but just the googly eye was too much for me.
I think I stopped following that one. You got me to follow, but she followed me back.
I know, yeah. Fucking what? Yeah. I'm not. She's just one the. Is it the YouPorn or whatever? I can't remember what it is.
I don't know, because I remember you saying it was something like she was a Trump fan, so I thought that might be fun, so I just followed.
Yeah.
After a while, I did get bored of seeing her cross-eyed sucking a dildo in everybody. Just get me. She has a very fine equipment.
Oh, yeah. I don't watch her videos anymore, to be honest.
I just unfollowed.
I don't mind the pictures coming up on my feed now and again, but I follow like 3,000 people. Me following someone, I don't. It's fuck. I can't remember because she's called like NPC Princess 666 on Twitter, but I can't remember her real name, or at least a stage name. Oh no, I think she uses a real name.
Yeah, I don't know. I imagine she's probably unfollowed me back because that's what people do, isn't it? But I don't think I follow her anymore. I don't think I do. I've certainly not seen any posts. I'm sure I unfollowed her. I don't follow a lot of people, so.
What's she called?
I have no idea.
Indigo White. Oh, you cheeky monkey. She's just won Pornhub Cosplayer of the Year, though. Bless her.
Well, I get Indigo White, but it's a black girl.
Indigo. Well, no, but you've got to search NPC Princess 666. All one word, no underscores or anything. Oh, you naughty girl. What's this?
Oh no, she still follows me. I just don't follow her. She's
dressed like a squirrel or something there, Aiden.
Hang on, what's that all about?
I didn't even know that I liked squirrels or something. But
what is it with this thing with the fake ears and that and tails? What's the?
I don't know. See, here's the thing, man. I can take or leave all that stuff, but that a Hego thing, you know, they go like that. I really don't get that, man. And there's a whole. I've seen polls where people are like yes or no to it, and it's overwhelmingly yes. And I'm like, why? I don't get it. I don't like in a cartoon, a drawing, it can be kind of cute, but when a real human girl goes like that, I just think, oh no, that's not what I want, man. That's not what I want.
I don't understand it, but I've just seen a photograph of her and she's got no clothes on.
Yes, well, she does do that.
Don't approve. She should really have some clothes on it. It's obviously chilly there as well.
I found a new one that I've liked recently, though. I don't know where she's gone now. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember what her name was. She just pops up on my feed now and again, and I'm like, oh, it's you again.
Well, you've got a new Instagram kink, haven't you?
What?
People that work for airlines.
Yeah, I can't even remember what the hashtag was now, but it was like airline beauties or something, or Mile High Beauties, and it was just it was all really thirsty for attention air hostesses. So they're like posing. They get up in the baggage bits and they're like trying to be all chill, right? And they're like, oh, look at me, just relaxing here. Yeah, I don't mind them at all. Lovely. I love we've just descended into browsing Twitter.
Porn, yeah.
Oh no, I was looking at Dean Cain there for some reason. You remember the guy that played Superman?
Now hold on a minute. Didn't he tweet at me once?
I don't know. Why would I know that?
Because I'm sure I would have mentioned it.
Nico, that was the one I've just followed. Oof.
I think it was Dean Cain that did a lol or something. I said to someone, it really creeped me out. Because the rest of his account's really Christian and proper, and whatever I said wasn't.
Oh right, yeah, no, he's like a he's not like a super mega right winger or whatever, but he's definitely not a lefty. You know, he's
I didn't mean even lefty. I just, you know, his account just seems very proper.
Yeah.
You know, politics aside, very Christian proper. So when someone like that lolls at me, I'm thinking, oh, you're having a naughty moment. You're having a little dirty moment.
I don't think he's done cameos on Crowder. Like he did one where someone was... they'd already booked him as a guest, but they got someone to phone him to confirm the booking. But they'd set it all up to film it and stuff, whereas Dean Cain was just an absolute arsehole with him. And said, I'm never going to work with your show again and all this stuff. And it was so mean. It was good. They let him in on the joke eventually. But, yeah, it was so good. Because he then had to go and report back to Crowder that Dean Cain said he's never coming back on the show. And then I think Crowder fake fired him. So he does have a sense of humour at least. What was that guy's name? The German guy. He had a computer on his head. I don't know. I think the show was a bit better back then. I'm not really as vibed on it now. It's a bit dull.
German guy with I have no idea what you're talking about.
He was called like Sven Computer or something like that.
What show was this on?
Louder with Crowder.
Oh, I never watch it.
But yeah, they used to get Dean Cain on to just give shit to Sven Computer, basically.
We need to get famous people on Trigger One. It's just most people won't do it. Because A, we're not popular enough. And B, we're not popular enough. So
yeah, I think that's it. I think there's people that find it funny and would like the format and everything, but it's a question of numbers, isn't it? But we're getting up there now. The subs are rocketing up every day. I'm not fussed. I'm amazed every time I open the app. The subs have gone up. I'm like, oh, okay,
we need Donald Trump to endorse us. That's what we need.
Oh, we do. Well, I keep tweeting him about Area 51, but he doesn't even reply, the bastard.
Very fine people. That's what we need him to call us, very fine people.
Yeah, God, oh God, if Donald Trump could just call us very fine people, that'd be such a good shout out.
We're coming up on the hour. We've completely gone off. You had loads of stories, didn't you? We covered
well, that's okay. I'll just do what I always do and save. I basically have all my tabs open. I even if I've got pictures, I save it. I open, because you could open pictures on a browser now that you can access files. It's so good. So I just set my homepage to everything that's open right now, and it all pops right up, and I don't have to worry. The one thing I wanted to ask you about was did you see the voter ID thing? Hayden are like, not Hayden. Conservatives are like, we're going to do voter ID. And there was a big fuss and nonsense about it, saying it's going to...
Well, of course, Labour were against it, because didn't they get done for having very suspicious voting activities in a couple of recent... That one they claimed was a huge victory very recently was like, no, you're going to have to start recounting this shit, because some people have voted 2 and 3 times. Yeah.
And there's been one where, like, the postal votes went up by a few thousand, and they won the seat by 300, and everyone's like... Wait, what? And then it was found that they were going, and it is a weird one, but like one thing Labour did was hire someone whose only previous conviction was election fraud, was voting fraud.
Yes.
And that was in the area where 300 seats was the difference. 300 votes was the difference.
Imagine that.
And it also came out that they were going around knocking on students' doors and getting them to fill it out at the door. Which you imagine some stoned guy, you're a student, you're like, yeah, you're going to get a lot of people just closing the door, but then you're going to get a few people that are just so wrecked that they're like, they just do it just to get rid of you. Because the thing is as well, you can use sort of soft intimidation tactics there. If you turn up all official and like, you've not signed this yet, sir. You know what I mean? You don't know the conversation that was had.
No.
But the thing is, though, they've moved away from the ID card. I mean, there's arguments for and against ID cards. Of course there are, and there's good arguments on both sides. Actually, the way we run our elections, the security of them, we've criticised other countries for having the same level of security. It's weird. Like we point at them, but there's this assumption that we're all decent and we're not going to fake it. We don't know how bad it is, but obviously it doesn't seem that bad. But the argument for a long time was it will affect black people more. But enough people said, why? Are you telling me that a black person is incapable of getting ID? It's kind of a bit creepy. They can't get... What, do black people not buy alcohol then, do they not? Do they never go on holiday? Is there just this thing where it's just like... They're all just there going, what is it, massa? And all that shit.
I got a bollocking on Twitter because one guy put, well... I don't drive and I don't have a passport, so I'm being... You can't fucking vote then, can you, dickhead?
You can still get ID though, and the thing is with this, you bring in a thing. I mean, they're going on about people on benefits, but you need ID to get benefits. So what's the deal there? You can, and not only that, I used to work in that area. If anyone hasn't got a birth certificate, they haven't got ID, you can get it. You can get it for them. It's not that, and I'll be honest, not a lot of homeless people do bother to vote. Oddly enough,
I'm just up for it because it's pissing a lot of people off, and as you know, that's the only thing that gives me any pleasure in life.
But that's the thing. That's the amazing thing, and I've seen here. I've seen one where obviously Labour came out saying it discriminated against people, so everyone's been sharing screen grabs of emails that they've had off Labour. Emails insisting on photo ID to join their party or attend Labour meetings. So the exact argument they've been saying about it being discriminating against poorer people and disadvantaged people and all the rest of it all applies to people joining the Labour Party, people engaging with the Labour Party. It's been phenomenal. They've been specifically saying you must bring photo ID. You have to, no choice otherwise.
Good.
And it's
quite
like,
right.
It's just Labour all over at the moment, isn't it? Like we're all hypocrites, Aidan. We're all human beings, but Labour just personify it in a phenomenal level right now.
Absolutely despicable. By the way, fair fucks to Maureen McClare, who we mentioned earlier, who said, "Okay, I'll tell you what, I think you're a fucking wanker" on the Rachel Corrie video. When I put perhaps, but I still haven't been run over by a machine moving at 3 miles an hour, she's put 3 laughing smileys, which is fair fucks to you, Maureen. That's the way to deal with this shit. Just laugh it off, because Rachel Corrie can't, so the rest of us should. And I was reading about that, and there was a massive thing where everyone on Reddit was... Sorry to go back to this, but this is just...
No, you're all right.
It's joggled my memory. Massive thing on Reddit where they got accused of being terrible because they kept calling it Pancake Day because she was pancaked by the bulldozer. But her parents organised like a memorial breakfast at a pancake house.
Yeah.
And so, of course, Reddit ran with that. And, pancake was a thing for a while, which must be kind of harsh on her parents. And it is terrible because you know that saying these things, not that her parents watch, trigger warning, no one wants to hear that their kid was a fucking idiot, and certainly don't want to hear the kid called a pancake.
No.
But, that's just the way this shit goes sometimes.
Well, I was thinking about this when I was reading about that fellow we started the show on, the pedo guy. And because I was thinking, like, what would cause me to emotionally sort of disown my daughter, And I was thinking... shagging a baby, yeah, that'd probably do it.
Getting run over by a bulldozer.
But then, yeah, well, that's the thing, because then I was thinking about the bulldozer thing, and I think, no, if I heard that my daughter got run over by a bulldozer, I'd probably just be completely heartbroken. Just like, oh God, no, why?
Richie says it's murder anyway.
Oh, of course he does.
So,
murder!
Might have to bring that one up at the live show if it gets its kick off a little bit, because it seems...
Oh, do you know what though? He'll be ready for that. Let's get on fucking some other nonsense.
Oh, there'll be other nonsense because we've got Safe Space, and if he decides to join in on that...
Oh, he's got to do Safe Space, man. It'll be so much fun. Get him to just tell the truth about vaccines for the first time in his life.
What was that thing on 5G at the minute? Natalie was telling people how to turn it off on their routers.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm like, but how do I get more?
I want more.
How do I get more 5G? When are they putting it in my lampposts? Because I want that. I need that raw, brutal speed so I can access Twitter even faster on my phone. So someone laughingly, Paul, who also watches the show, hello, Paul, if you're watching, said, you just... want to be, filled full of every vaccine and 5G directly into your bloodstream. Like, fuck yeah. Yeah. Oh, Ken O'Keefe, that's who we've got to bring up.
Ken O'Keefe.
The only problem is I detest Ken O'Keefe.
Yeah.
I've always detested Ken O'Keefe, even do you remember when he was on The People's Voice?
No, I don't remember that.
Well,
no.
He had a show on The People's Voice, and I was invited down there, and I met David Icke, and we were all chatting, and then they said, do you want a show on The People's Voice? So I said no at the time because there was too much crystal stuff on there, things like that. And I would never say, no, they must be removed from it for me to do it. That's a ridiculous... So I'm not important enough, and I'm as much of a dick as I am. I'm not that much of a dick. But I wouldn't share a platform with Ken O'Keefe. I don't advocate him being removed. I just refuse to share a platform. I wouldn't be on a platform with someone that abjectly hated all Muslims the way that Ken O'Keefe clearly hates all Jews. Don't give me that. He just criticises Israel bullshit. You can go fuck yourself. I know the people he hangs out with. That was a fucking Vanguard America or something. All manner of fucking fucked up, hateful people. So I wouldn't share a platform with the bell end. Never liked him, and it didn't surprise me that he turned out to be some kind of weird, strung out fucking con man. So there we go. Maybe he'll sue me now.
Maybe with a bit of luck.
Yeah, fill your boots, Ken O'Keefe. Fill your boots. I love the way Richie offers him out. I'll meet you anywhere.
Yeah.
Fucking love that. I absolutely love that. I'll meet you anywhere.
I wanted to talk about this now. I'll have to talk about it another time on a daily show. But I was looking up because Boris has just been pictured as it. It's like, this led by donkeys thing where they like project things on the side, on the white cliffs of Dover, just going, SOS, please save us from Brexit because we couldn't possibly just govern ourselves. Just somebody save us, you fucking wet shits. But I was looking it up and I can't find it. But one of the links I saw was a Boris, but it's like Obama, a Boris T-shirt, and I'm just like, kind of want that. Not because I like Boris in any way, I really don't, and I don't like him enough to wear a T-shirt of him. But I just like the idea of me riding through town on my bike, and people seeing like him. Oh, look at him! Oh, what the fuck!
Well, we need to do that. We need to get some Boris and Donald shirts on Gear Press. That's got to be done as well. But dude, we're going to have to knock this on the head, so I'm going to give a spiel.
Yes, no, 100%.
There's
100%.
Early start tomorrow and lots to do.
Yeah, I'm going to be down there with you tomorrow, clearing the room.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. It's always appreciated. Thanks to everyone that's dropped a super chat on us tonight. That all goes directly into keeping the lights on for Trigger Warning, and it's hugely appreciated. If you'd like to help us keep the lights on, you can become a patron by visiting patreon.com/triggerwarningtv. Anything from $1 a month up, it's all grist to the mill. It's all hugely important. You can also PayPal us. All the details are on the website, www.triggerwarning.tv, where you should join up as soon as you can, really, because it's free and it doesn't track you. So get that done. And remember, there are 2 tickets left, just 2 tickets left to the Trigger Warning Meet Space event on the 2nd November, right here in Manchester. If you would like to come and join us for what is going to be an awesome free speech event, I'd go and pick those tickets up now. Go and do it. Just get it done. Don't suddenly decide you want to come when they're gone, because there is kind of a limit in the room, and we'll know more when the chairs are out. But I think we're pushing a 30+ crew, so we'll have to see how we get on with that. But basically, at the minute, it's looking like this is it. So if you would like to join us, do get in there. This Thursday, there's no studio show, but hopefully...
I forgot about that. Oh.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be broadcasting in the evening anyway, so that'll be this Thursday at 10 o'clock UK time. But keep your eyes peeled just to make sure. Remember, you can follow Graham on Twitter. It's at Graham Booth. The number's just over there. There it is. I'm pointing the wrong way. It's there. There, right there where I'm pointing, underneath his shiny, happy face there. Or you can follow me at Hayden Hewitt on Twitter. And if you're really bored, fill your boots. Graham will be back with his daily show very soon, which is at 12 p.m. UK time every single day. So do check that out.
Yeah, I've got it. So what I'm going to have to do, because I'm building up stories again now. Sorry I wasn't on today, guys, but I was at the doctor's with my daughter. It was an emergency thing, but... What I'll do is, because I'm meeting Aiden at the studio tomorrow to clean up, I'll drop her at school, I'll come back here, I'll pre-record, and it'll go live at noon, and I'll do it that way. I'll pre-record and then pop straight off down to studio.
Look at that professionalism.
Which, by the way, Alex, I'm going to be talking about that story you sent me.
I need to shave all this shit off my face, actually. It's getting a bit hairy now. It grows like a wool carpet. It's thick as fuck. So
but I like that. I like the feeling of it. I don't like the way it looks, but I like the feeling of it all growing out bit by bit, and like, oh yeah, ooh.
I just hate shaving. I just hate shaving. I find shaving really fucking annoying. But anyway, nobody needs to hear that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. So remember, Graham's around every day around noon UK time. I will be back on Thursday with sort of almost the big show, but probably not in the studio this week.
Am I going to be in the little bitch corner again?
Damn fucking straight you are. And remember, guys, November the 2nd, if you can't make it to Meet Space, sorry. If you can, and get a ticket now, there's only 2 left. But the broadcasts will start around 6:30 or 7 o'clock UK time on Saturday, November the 2nd, for as long as we decide to broadcast for. Flashing lights at Graham's the police have come for him. So guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy whatever it is you're going to do after this. I imagine crying and wanking. So enjoy that, and we'll catch you very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you soon, guys.
Where's the right button? There's the right buttons.